A thing that I don't see talked about enough in the Poppy Playtime community is what is the best chapter? Some would say chapter 1 with the intense chase scene with Huggy Wuggy, and Huggy Wuggy just a genuine classic. While others would say that Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 was the best with Mommy Longlegs, the mini games, and a lot of cool features coming to the game. While others, like me, would say Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 is the best, and then others would say Chapter 4 is the best because they're biased and it's the newest game that came out, and that's besides the point. I think you understand. So what I'm trying to say in this long intro is that we all have different opinions, and my opinion is that Chapter 3 is the best game in the series for Poppy Playtime, and I'm explaining why I think that. Again, this is all my opinion, so you can explain in the comments some of your opinions. Just don't be rude, please. Anyways, straight into the video. So I'm going to start off with a topic that is often talked about when you hear stuff about Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, and that is the horror that lies within Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. This game and series is a horror game. Shocking, I know. While all the other games are intense, there's a difference between intense and horror. For example, when watching a football game, it could be intense when you see your other team that you're rooting for losing, but horror is usually more on something disturbing or maybe supernatural in certain cases, depending on what you're watching or playing. And I feel like Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 captures that sense of horror where you feel more terrified because wherever you turn, it feels dark and you feel like something's watching you. And with the creepy ambience in the background, you always feel like something is just behind your back and you never know it. Another reason why this game specifically captures the horror that Poppy Playtime is supposed to be is the villain, Catnap. Catnap has such a cool, menacing design. While Huggy Wuggy is scary, he doesn't really capture that horror that is Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. And Mommy Longlegs just doesn't at all. I mean, Mommy Longlegs really isn't scary at all. But if you think differently, just let me know down in the comments. Maybe, I'm seeing something wrong. I'm not even saying that sarcastically. We all have different opinions, like I said in the beginning. So, yeah, more things that make this chapter good is Miss Delight. Oh my gosh, Miss Delight scared me. So, you see, my sister, I don't have a PC, but she does. So I play on her computer, and it's in her room. And when I got to this chase, I got jump scared because, I didn't know that she was a weeping angel. I thought she was glitched. And I screamed so loud when she jump scared me because the jump scares were so scary. And I'm pretty sure it disturbed the whole house. They probably thought something was wrong. So yeah. And one last thing with the horror was the Dog Day torture chase scene. I think that this was no question one of the most scariest scenes in the game. I mean, just seeing Dog Day's legs torn off and then millions of smiling critters going into his stomach, basically taking over his body and making him turn on us, was absolutely insane and creepy, and it was cool. It captured the horror that Poppy Playtime is supposed to be. The chase scenes were also really cool and fun also. They were also straightforward. They weren't too long. So yeah, I feel like everything perfect happened when it comes to horror in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. People often categorize the main reasons of mascot horror games being scary from their jump scares. I know that actually didn't make any sense. But what I'm trying to say is that Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, one of the main reasons that it was scary was actually the atmosphere, not the jump scares. While the jump scares were scary, it's not the main reason this game was scary. It was more the atmosphere and ambience noises that built up the horror in the game. Especially the Home Sweet Home dream sequence. It was really scary when you felt like you were always being stalked by Catnap from the creepy noises and him creaking behind doors and I'm about to run out of breath. But yeah, this chapter definitely isn't perfect, as I made a video a while ago about how I think Catnap was a wasted potential. And I thought that the summary basically of the video was basically that he wasn't really used a lot. I mean, he did get a little bit of screen time, but besides that, it was not really that much times when Catnap appeared. Like, really think about how many times you saw Catnap in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, and it wasn't a lot. Like, I can tell you right now, it wasn't a lot. But his death was cool and sad, because as we know, this is still just a little kid that just wanted to escape the factory. The prototype saved him, and we all know the rest and what happened. And so yeah, it was sad, and it was a good ending to his story. I thought that the way that he died was a cool little throwback to the way that the prototype saved him. When he tried to escape the factory, he used a green hand and ended up electrocuting himself. And that's exactly what we did to him, which ended up getting him killed by the prototype. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So now we're going to part 2 on why I think this game was so good. And the second reason is the puzzles. The puzzles were not that hard, and they were surprisingly easy. And I like that, because Poppy Playtime Chapter 4's puzzles felt so hard, especially the one where you had to blow up the factory. I could not stand that one. I literally had to research how to do it, and I'm being serious. Like, call me a loser. Like, I feel like a loser even just saying this, but that puzzle made me so unfathomably angry. Like, I could not stand it. So yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that the Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 puzzles were perfectly balanced, in my opinion. They weren't too hard and weren't too easy. So yeah, it was a perfect balance. And now part 3 is the improvements that this game made, as in graphics and pacing for the game. I know this is not even a big deal at all, but like, sometimes the small things matter the most. And this is with the grab pack. You might have noticed when playing like Poppy Playtime Chapter 1, the grab pack is mostly still whenever you move like your camera around. But like, as you can see in the gameplay being showcased now, the grab pack has animations when you look down, up, left, right. You get the deal. Like, you understand. So sometimes the small things matter the most. And now on to pacing. The pacing for the game is really good, in my opinion. And like, you would probably think that I'm gonna go into a whole deep dive on the pacing, but I'm really not. There's not much to say about it. Like, I think the pacing is perfectly fine. I also like the hidden details that are in this game, like Catnap's room. And like, that's really it, man. Like, this game is just really good. I think this perfectly represents what mobs should do in the future with their games. Just make them genuinely more scary. Like, Chapter 4 wasn't really scary, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm gonna give some reasons why I think the other chapters didn't get to Chapter 3's level. Chapter 1 was just simply too short. I mean, I know this was the first game, so like, I mean, I don't have a problem with this game at all. This game is really good, but this is why it didn't get to Chapter 3's level. I don't really know what to say about Chapter 2. Chapter 2 just was not that good, in my opinion. And the Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, first of all, wasn't really scary and felt genuinely rushed. You can go watch my review for it, link in the description. So yeah, that's really it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I put a lot of work into long videos like these, so it'd mean a lot if you subscribed. And we just hit 1,000 subscribers, so yeah, let's make it 2,000. See you.